I just want to encourage you on today, the rest of this week. It's not your fault that you're anointed. It's not your fault that you're chosen. It's not your fault that everywhere you go, your light shines. It may seem like people are targeting you, picking on you, are bullying you, but it all stems from the fact that you are anointed, that God has filled you up with purpose, and that your light is shining so bright, it makes other people feel uncomfortable. But at the end of the day, my sister, my brother, it's not your fault. They're going to have to take it up with the Lord. He did this. But what he wants us to do is learn how to maneuver through life as the chosen one. To maneuver through life as the called and chosen, the anointed one. And to understand who you are and to stand in who you are and continue to evolve into this beautiful human being. So let's jump right into it. As I'm getting ready this morning, I'm thinking about Potiphar, Joseph, and Potiphar's wife. And I even called my dad and was like, was Potiphar dead when Joseph interpreted the dream? And so that made me very inquisitive and go do some research. So let's just quick detail. Potiphar's wife wanted Joseph because number one, he was fine. He was sexy. He had muscles. And he was about his business. Every time she seen him, she was like, oh, I got to have him. Like, baby must not have been doing nothing because baby, she wanted Joseph. So she saw an opportunity to where she thought that she could catch him at his weakest, lowest point, and she signed him up. And it still didn't go her way because Joseph respected Potiphar so much that he would not have done anything to disgrace him or to bring shame to him because he loved him and he was grateful for the position that he held in Potiphar's house. Now, Potiphar's wife made this whole scenario that he tried to get with her and left his cloak and she just so hurt and just so embarrassed, and he done did this to her, and the husband reacted. Let's stop right there. Do you see how when things don't go other people's way, they will lie on you and create a situation and a scenario that ain't even happened just to cover themselves and to throw you under the bus? What she did altered Joseph's life tremendously. But the word said that all things work together for our good. So what she did at the end is going to cause it to work out for his good. But my point is, Potiphar knew his wife. If you married, you know your spouse. You know when your spouse being extra. You know when your spouse lying. And sometimes you just be looking, they telling you a story, you talking about, So he knew when she came to him and said that about Joseph, he knew Joseph's character. He knew that's something that Joseph would have done. But to cover his wife, I feel, he went ahead and threw Joseph in the jail. How many times does this happen on your job? How many times does this happen in your life where you know you're not guilty of what people are accusing you of, but the person that could kill the whole situation go with the liar? Potiphar could have killed this. He could have called Joseph to the side. Hey man, nah, what really happened? He could have handled his wife. But it was much easier for him to just throw Joseph in jail so he didn't have to deal with the real problem, which was his wife. Instead of people dealing with outside sources, they tend to try to target or want to hone on people that they think is the weaker link. They want to poke the bear. He want to poke the bear because what Joseph going to do? He had no power, but he had all power because he was connected to the power source. People look at you and judge you and put you in this box thinking that you're lesser than what you are because of their position. Just because Joseph was a slave didn't mean that he didn't serve the person that was over everything and all the slaves. This is what Potiphar didn't know. This is what Potiphar's wife didn't know. You could throw Joseph into a lion's den and he's going to tame the lions. So no matter where people throw you, you're still going to wind up on top. No matter how they sit down and concoct things while you sleep, you still going to wind up on top. Because you're anointed, because you're chosen, and you're full of purpose. Joseph was full of purpose. And he was trying to do everything just right. Can I get an amen? When you know you're trying to do everything just right, and the enemy's still coming at you, calling you in the office, talking about you behind your back, trying to get you fired, trying to get your position, trying to take your house. The enemy just do things because things aren't going their way. People wake up in the morning not liking you because you're able to cook breakfast for your family and you took a picture and put it on Facebook. How that made you mad? People put everything on Facebook. People put everything on TikTok. People put everything on YouTube. But you're mad at me because I'm putting my scrambled eggs on. And they'll start trying to concoct stuff while you sleep. Because they're agitated with you. She got mad because she couldn't get it. And she wanted it. Anybody ever wanted something? And you get mad at the person that you know could help you. So you try to set up a snare. But it turned around on you. Let's keep going. So Joseph is thrown into the jail. But then an opportunity arises where Joseph is coming out. And he's coming out with all power. He's coming out with more than he lost. Pharaoh needed somebody to interpret his dream. And Joseph had been planting seeds while he was in prison. Talking to this baker, talking to this person. And when the situation arose, one of the men that was in jail with him was like, I know somebody that can interpret your dream. Pharaoh went and got Joseph. Joseph interpreted the dream. And now Joseph is the governor. The governor. He's no longer a slave. The title of slave has been delinquished. He's the governor. Now, Potiphar and his wife shaking in their boots because number one, Potiphar knew that his wife was lying. He could have ended the situation easily, but he took the easy route. So he thought, put him away so we ain't got to deal with it. I ain't got to expose my wife. Like he was trying to cover it up. But in you covering up stuff, you got to remember the person that you're throwing the blanket on top of. Is it you? Is it me? Are you the person doing it? Are you the person that's getting it done too? But at the end of the day, the thing worked out for Joseph's good. Potiphar, I did some research and it said that Potiphar and his wife was shaking in their boots because he just knew that Joseph was going to come back and get him because he knew his wife was lying. And instead of him handling the situation, he handled Joseph. But Joseph had a totally different response to Potiphar and his wife. He invited them in. He forgave them. He called him father. He called her mother. And he moved on. We got to learn how to do that. Who can do that? When somebody done hurt you like that. Somebody, you done did time in prison. Or you done lost your job. You done lost your car. You done lost your house. You done lost your peace. You done lost your mind by somebody not standing up for you and throwing you under the bus. But his response was not like ours. I want to encourage you today to pray and ask God to help you have the right response, because the people that are bothering you, the people that's lying on you, the people that's creating snares are going to be the very people that's going to have to come back to you. They're going to have to come back. They're going to have to come back. And they're going to need you. once Joseph became the governor, his position apparently was higher than Potiphar's. He had more authority than Potiphar. Potiphar was now under beneath the slave. So he wanted now, years later, now you want to go back and try to fix things. You want to fix it now. You want to fix it. Now, if it was me and you, I'm sure we'd be like, oh, so now you want to fix it. Oh, now you want to talk. Now you done throw me in jail. Blah, 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 blah. I done dominated in jail. Boom. Now I done interpret this dream. Now I'm the governor. Now you want to talk about it. When you could have been handling this. But that wasn't his response. So we got to pray and ask God to strengthen us. Because we're anointed. We're called and chosen. And we're full of purpose. And the things that you're going through right now, it seems bad. It just seems like, ugh. But God is going to use every negative situation, every negative word, every negative plot for you to come on top. We're going to use everything that's negative as a stepping stone. Because you're called, you're chosen, and you're full of purpose. You're the light. So keep shining and have a beautiful day. I love y'all.